What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on Lex Alexis. Today we're going to be predicting the two semi-final games for Euro 2024. We are really now entering the final stages of the competition with only 3 games left to watch. So we've got Spain, France, we've got Netherlands, England, and of course the winners of both those games will play each other in a final. For news regarding this channel, I am actually going to be streaming Spain and France. So my first live stream since the playoff final for the championship. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys again. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be streaming it. It's going to be very, very tough for me to stand out, but I just want to have a good opportunity to talk to you guys, and I want to react to the game together. I want to get a good Euro stream there, and I hope Spain and France will live up to the expectation. I'm actually away when Netherlands play England, but if England do make it through to the final, you know, do not expect me not to make a stream. I will absolutely want to have the chance to capture a reaction of me witnessing England win a tournament for the first time in my lifetime, and the first time in over 58 years. I mean, that is immense enough as it is. So unbelievable for what we've got coming up regarding the Euros. Let me know, guys, of your reaction in the comments down below to all the things that have gone on with the Euros. Which player has impressed you the most? Which team has impressed you the most? What have you thought about the refereeing, the VAR, just anything regarding the Euros? I would be very interested to hear your guys' opinions. If you guys like what you see, please smash the like button. It really does help the growth of this channel. Please do hit the subscribe button too. It really helps. And please also share the channel as well. Liking, subscribing, and sharing, all 3 of these things are free to do, and they really help. But without any further ado, it should be very brief today, but let's predict our 2 Euro 2024 semi-finals. So we're going to start off with the game kicking off tonight at 8 o'clock. Spain versus France is the first semi-final game, and both of these sides have been given very different impressions of when I've seen both of them perform. A lot of people will probably be backing Spain to get something here, based on the fact that I think going forward and just their whole build-up play, Spain have looked the best team in the tournament categorically. And they did so proving a point by beating another team that people deemed to be one of the best teams in the tournament, and that was Germany. It was a shame that they both had to play against each other, but it was a very entertaining game regardless, and actually a very unpredictable one. You didn't really know which team was going to edge out at front. You saw Spain get their lead, Germany then grew back into it and got their earned equalizer in the end, and then when it got to extra time, you thought Germany maybe has just edged it, but then again, football just works in mysterious ways. Spain pops up with a last minute winner in the 119th minute. It's the first time Spain were taken to extra time, and also the first time Spain didn't win a match at 90 minutes. So it does show that Spain, you know, do have weaknesses within their side, and I would say probably their biggest weakness would be their defense, I would say, especially out wide. I think if you do get the opportunity to get past their wide players, I think they can look a little bit exposed. So that will be one thing France will be aiming for, and France certainly have got pace in those wide areas. Now France, I really can't put my finger how I feel about France. They've still not scored a goal in open play. I cannot believe that stat is a reality, but that is the reality of France. Their 2 goals that have not involved penalties have all been known goals. So I cannot believe that they've not created as much as they have in open play. But I think it shows you how majority of the teams going up against France have set up really, really tough defensively. But arguably, France, I think, have got right up there for the best defense actually in the whole tournament. A very, very well drilled side, but they're not scoring enough goals. And I would arguably say, whilst I really do love Spain as well, if they've got a natural goal scorer who can score up to 5 to 6 goals at least in a tournament, then I think Spain will look very unstoppable. They have to rely a little bit on a large portion of their squad to chip in with goals, but it does highlight the obvious qualities of Spain having a really good strong squad depth. This is going to be tough to predict because honestly, I think both these sides got their pros and cons. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends 0-0 after the 90 minutes based on how well France have been defending any side that comes along their way at the moment. But I do think Spain are the best team currently left in the competition. And for me, as a prediction, I think it's going to be very cagey, but I think Spain will find a way to breach this stubborn France back line and win by 1-0. So that will mean Spain make it through to a Euros final for the first time in, well, since 2012, when they managed to win the competition when they beat Italy in the final in Euro 2012. I do think Spain will make it to the final. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. Who's going to be joining Spain? Well, we'll find out here. We have got Netherlands versus England. And I can remember Spain playing against both of these sides not too long ago. My first memory of Netherlands and Spain, which probably is going to show my age, is the World Cup 2010 final. And that to this day was one of the most tense and aggressive games of football I remember seeing. It was certainly an unforgettable game, arguably for the good and wrong reasons as well. But regardless, it was a fiercely competitive game. And obviously with England, I've seen England play Spain numerous times, and the most recent memory I could think of playing Spain is from the Nations League, where actually England have had a bit of success against Spain in the Nations League, but both of the squads have changed substantially, and with Spain's case, it's involved a change of managerial personnel as well. So I could arguably say that there's not really much to base it off, and obviously that 2010 final happened 14 years ago, so there's not many comparisons, but obviously I can make many links to previous meetings. But regarding Netherlands and England, so I'm going to bring up the Nations League again. The last meeting I can remember between these two sides was in the Nations League semi-final. And I believe that game went to extra time, but the Netherlands snuck in a 2-1 victory. It was one of the most frustrating games I can remember. It wasn't too long ago, but it was certainly one of those games that England could have put to bed, but they just didn't, and they retreated. And what I'll say about England, it's been very routine that if they do score first, they retreat. But actually, when they do concede first, they do have a good spell where they try and get a goal back. And that was shown in their last game against Switzerland, where Embolo, probably a bit fortunate how he got the goal, but regardless, Switzerland were pushing for a goal. They did get it and they earned it. But then England immediately get an equaliser 5 minutes later, and we're thinking, where has this been in the opening 80 minutes? You know, that was England's only shot on target of that game. So I do think England are under creating with the players that they've got, and that can be something tactical, but I do also think is a mentality thing as well, and I hope that's something that Southgate is going to try and install to those players to have an improved shift of mentality. Now, the Netherlands have certainly not been a perfect team in this tournament as of late, so they finished third in their group. They're one of the third place sides. Obviously, they've had to have a bit of luck go their way to get two sides which they beat with relative ease in the end. Romania, they brushed aside. Turkey gave them a bigger challenge by a long way. Turkey actually took the lead, but Netherlands were very patient, and they've got some really good players, and they've got a really big squad depth as well. And defensively, I do think individually they're quite good, but I do think as a team, they're not quite as strong, as cohesive as I would say for Spain, for instance. So I do believe there are some gaps that England can exploit, but my fear factor for England is if they do get an early goal, which they could easily get, if they're going to invite Netherlands to attack, Netherlands can blow England away. And of course, England been great defensively, statistically at least, to match France. But I gotta say, if England are winning this game, I think they need to fly out for traps early on, but they really got to try and dominate that midfield, because with the quality players that England have, they should be able to dominate that midfield and should be able to hold on to the ball and make Netherlands frustrated, allow them to create that space, and then England can then attack. And that is what they need to do. And they are finding it very difficult to do that, I would say. So I don't know what to predict. I didn't predict England to win last time, and they did win in the most well, not the controversial, that's not the right word, but in the most scary of circumstances. And I feel maybe if I do go against England again, maybe that might prove me wrong. That's really the only sort of logic I'm going for as a prediction. Whilst this could happen as well, because it did happen in the Nations League as well, I'm going to go for 2-1 Netherlands, but this really could go either way. I do think Netherlands going forward looks stronger than England, so that's why I'm backing them here. But it is always tough with knockout football where, you know, lose that game and you're gone. So I do think it's going to be interesting. Let me know what you think of this prediction in the comments down below. So guys, these are my two semi-final predictions. And after these two games, we only have one game left to predict. As always, guys, make sure to keep an eye out for my stream later for Spain versus France. I'm really excited to watch it. I've watched majority of the games in the Euros and I've really enjoyed them. But one thing I've not done is watch Euros game with you guys watching. And I'd love to do that with you. So keep your eyes peeled. I will be live later tonight after this video comes out. Feel free to leave your score predictions if you want to. I'll be very interested to see what you'll be predicting for the two games as well. And let me know at this stage right now, who do you see winning the competition? For me, I think it has to be Spain. But again, it really could be any of those four. So that will wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. It really does help. Please do hit the subscribe button. And please also share the video too. All three of these things are free to do, and they all really help the growth of this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary if you saw any of this video. And as always, I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.